Accurate and Automatic Reading Advanced Concepts. As students progress through the concepts in accurate and automatic reading, they will encounter more advanced reading concepts that will give them strategies for reading longer words. We've spent most of our time together in the foundational concepts of accurate and automatic reading. Let's take a look at just a few of the concepts you will teach later in the curriculum. As we go through these advanced concepts, you will want to make notes about each concept in your manual. You might find it helpful to look at these concepts in your manual as we go through them. Feel free to pause the video as you would like. Concepts 48 and 49 deal with the suffix ed. A suffix is a letter or a group of letters added to the end of a base word. A suffix that begins with a vowel is called a vowel suffix. A suffix that begins with a consonant is called a consonant suffix. In Concept 48, students learn that suffix ed is pronounced ed when the base word ends in d or t, such as in mended, landed, and hinted. In Concept 49, students learn that suffix ed is pronounced d when the base word ends in a voiced sound, as in yelled, seemed, and longed. In Concept 49, students also learn that suffix ed is pronounced t when the base word ends in an unvoiced sound, such as missed, helped, and jumped. In Concept 74, students learn that when the letters OR come after the letter W, they are pronounced as in word, worm, and worst. There are two concepts that deal with the letter Y in final position. If the letter Y is in final position, it is a vowel. Concept 83 teaches students that the letter Y in final position of an open, accented syllable is pronounced I, as in fly, shy, and reply. Concept 84 teaches students that the letter Y in final position of an open, unaccented syllable is pronounced E, as in penny, 50, and puppy. Concept 85 deals with vowel RR words. A vowel with one R after it makes an unexpected sound, such as in car or march. However, when a vowel is followed by two R's, the vowel usually does not make an unexpected sound. Rather, the vowel is usually short, as in carry, marry, and sorry. Students will also learn about the sound ow. This sound is a diphthong. When the sound is produced, your mouth moves 2 times. In Concept 105, students learn that the letters OU are pronounced ow, as in bound, flounder, and amount. In Concept 106, students learn that because English words do not usually end in the letter U, the letter W takes the place of the U. Therefore, when the W is in final position of a base word or after a vowel, it acts like a vowel. In words such as cow, crowd, and allow, the letters OW are pronounced ow. Another sound students learn about is aw. In Concept 124, you will discuss that the two letters AU make one sound, aw, as in autumn, laundry, and exhaust. This cluster is called a digraph. In the next concept, students will again discuss that when the letter W is at the end of a word or after a vowel, it acts like a vowel. So the letters AW are pronounced aw, as in law, claw, and straw. In Concept 126, students learn that the letter A is often pronounced aw before the letter L in words such as tall, bald, and salt. The letter A sometimes makes another unexpected sound. The vowels E, O, and U in open, unaccented syllables are half long. That is, they are pronounced as long vowels, but not as strongly as in accented syllables. However, the vowel A in an open, unaccented syllable is pronounced as in alike, alone, and sofa. Additionally, the vowel I is pronounced I in open, unaccented syllables such as direct, dilute, and brigade. There are several letters in the English language that are often silent. In Concept 114, students learn that when the letters WR are together, they are pronounced R, as in wrist, ring, and wrestle. The W in these words is silent. In fact, words with the letters WR are from Anglo-Saxon Old English, and they have the meaning of to twist. Your wrist enables you to twist your hand. To wring a piece of paper is to twist it, to squeeze out water. And when two people wrestle, they are twisting their bodies together. Additionally, Concept 115 deals with the silent letter K. When the letters KN are together in words that are of Anglo-Saxon Old English origin, they are pronounced N, as in kneel, night, and knife. Words such as mild, most, and pint look like closed syllables, where the vowel is expected to be short. However, when we pronounce these words, we realize that the vowels are long. Sometimes the vowels I and O are pronounced as long vowels before two final consonants in one-syllable words. We call these the kind old words, because kind and old are also kind old words that follow this pattern. Frequently, the letter O is pronounced before the letters M, N, and V, as in the words love, month, and comfort. We call this the scribal O, and students learn about it in Concept 142. When the letters CH are together, they are often pronounced ch. However, in Concept 154, students learn that this digraph is pronounced k when the words are of Greek origin, such as cord, ache, and chemistry. Similarly, when the words are of French origin, the digraph is pronounced sh, as in machine, chandelier, and chauffeur. However, CH pronounced as sh is the least frequent pronunciation of these letters. Students learn about Anglo-Saxon Old English prefixes in Concepts 116 through 120. A prefix is a letter or a group of letters added to the beginning of a base word to change its meaning. A prefix that ends in a consonant is called a consonant prefix. The spelling of a consonant prefix may change. Many Anglo-Saxon Old English prefixes look like words. The meanings of the prefixes are similar to the words they look like. Many common prefixes are of Latin origin and are taught in Concepts 128 through 130. A prefix that ends in a vowel is called a vowel prefix. The spelling of a vowel prefix never changes. A prefix that ends in a consonant is called a consonant prefix. A root is a group of letters that carries meaning. A prefix, a suffix, or both will be added to a root. These roots are taught in Concepts 146, 147, 148, 167, 168, and 169. They are of Latin origin. Combining forms are usually not a complete word, but they carry meaning. Combining forms may be found at the beginning of a word, in the middle of a word, or at the end of a word. Combining forms are of Greek origin and are used with one another with equal importance to the overall meaning of the word. Students will learn Greek combining forms in Concepts 155 through 157. Students will also learn about dividing multisyllabic words. To help beginning and struggling readers perceive where longer words divide, we must teach them the reliable syllable division patterns. Sometimes longer words do not have prefixes and suffixes that can be taken off. Good readers perceive where longer words divide. Teaching syllable division will help students with reliable strategies to figure out unfamiliar words to build their accuracy and automaticity. Here are the steps of syllable division. Regardless of the pattern, all syllable division types follow these first 7 steps. Count the vowels, box the suffixes, bracket the final stable syllables. Count the consonants. Divide. Accent. Identify syllable types. Read each syllable. Read the whole word. The most common pattern is VCCV. That means vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Here is how you might introduce this concept, concept 56, to students. When you see a long word, first count the sounded vowels. In this word, there are 2. Are there any suffixes or final stable syllables? No. Then you place your fingers under those sounded vowels. How many consonants do we see between them? Since there are 2 consonants between 2 vowels, this is the VCCV pattern. Next, draw a dividing line between the 2 consonants. English words usually accent on the first syllable, so place an accent mark by the first syllable. Now read the first syllable and read the second syllable. Nap, kin. Finally, read the word with the first syllable accented. Let's use what we know about syllable division to look at another common syllable division pattern, VCV, or vowel, consonant, vowel, which is concept 94. Count the sounded vowels. There are 2 vowels. There are no suffixes or final stable syllables we need to consider. How many consonants between the 2 vowels? Only 1. When there is only 1 consonant between the 2 vowels, the pattern is VCV. The most common pattern is to divide before the consonant and accent the first syllable. The first syllable is open and the vowel is long, bay. The second syllable is closed and the vowel is short, sick. The word is basic. Let's practice identifying syllable division patterns. Think about the steps for syllable division for each word. For the first word, there are 2 sounded vowels. There are 2 consonants between the vowels. What is the pattern? That's right, VCCV. The word is bobbin. In this word, we see 2 sounded vowels. The final E is silent. There is only 1 consonant between the vowels. What is the pattern? VCV. The word is locate. With this word, I again see 2 sounded vowels, E and I. There is 1 consonant between the vowels, and that is the sound made by QU. So the pattern is VCV, equip. Next, there are 2 consonants between 2 sounded vowels. This word has a VCCV pattern. The word is letter. Finally, we see 1 consonant between 2 sounded vowels. So this word has a VCV pattern. It is bonus. Pause the video and divide these words into syllables. The steps are on the right. Talk through the steps as you divide each word. Don't forget to box any suffixes and bracket any final stable syllables. Let's check your answers. Did you divide the words this way? Sometimes words don't always fall nicely with steps 1 through 7. There are some words where we will have to adjust the accent because the first syllable is not accented. This is especially true for many words that start with a prefix. Some words we will need to change the place of division. Let's look at when step number 8 happens. Here is a VCCV word. This type of syllable division is found in concept 77. Where do you think this word should divide? Between the consonants. Most English words are accented on the first syllable, so let's try that. Insist. Does that sound right? No. Let's try shifting the accent to the second syllable. Insist. That sounds better and is our second choice for VC-CV words. Here is syllable division from concept 100. How many vowels in this word? 2. How many consonants between the two vowels? 2. When there are 2 consonants between 2 vowels, the pattern is VC-CV, and the most common pattern is to divide between the 2 consonants and accent the first syllable. The first syllable is closed and the vowel is short. The second syllable is closed and the vowel is short. The word is secret. Does that sound right? Let's switch the accent. The word is secret. Does that sound right? No. Let's change the division to before the first consonant and place the accent back on the first syllable. The first syllable is open and the vowel is long. The second syllable is closed and the vowel is short. The word is secret. That sounds like a word we know. What happened when we changed the place of division? The syllable type changed, which changed the vowel sound. To recap syllable division with VC-CV words. When 2 consonants stand between 2 vowels, divide between the consonants. The accent usually falls on the first syllable. If that doesn't work, accent the second syllable. If that doesn't work, shift the division to in front of the first consonant and accent the first syllable. Let's try step number 8 with the VCV pattern. This is found in concept 108. How many vowels are in this word? 2. How many consonants between the 2 vowels? Only 1. When there is only 1 consonant between 2 vowels, the pattern is VCV. The most common pattern is to divide before the consonant and accent the first syllable. The first syllable is open and the vowel is long. The second syllable is closed and the vowel is short. The word is demand. It doesn't sound exactly right. Let's switch the accent. The word is demand. So when we divide words with VCV and accent the first syllable and that doesn't work, shift the accent to the second syllable. How about this concept found in concept 121? How many vowels in this word? 2. How many consonants between the vowels? Only 1. When there is only 1 consonant between 2 vowels, the pattern is VCV. The most common pattern is to divide before the consonant and accent the first syllable. The first syllable is open and the vowel is long. The second syllable is closed and the vowel is short. The word is robin. That doesn't sound right. Let's switch the accent. The word is robin. That doesn't sound right either. Let's change the division and place the accent back on the first syllable. The first syllable is closed, the vowel is short. The second syllable is closed and the vowel is short. The word is robin. That sounds like a word we know. What happened when we changed the place of division? The syllable type changed, which changed the vowel sound. With VCV words, when 1 consonant stands between 2 vowels, divide before the consonant. The accent usually falls on the first syllable. If that doesn't work, accent the second syllable. If dividing before the consonant doesn't work, divide after the consonant and accent the first syllable. In concepts 144 and 145, you will encounter this pattern, VCCCV. There are 3 consonants between 2 vowels. This pattern appears in words like lobster, surprise, and pumpkin. Another syllable division pattern is VV, or vowel-vowel, found in concept 159. In this pattern, there are 2 adjacent vowels that do not form a vowel pair, like in the words chaos and boa. Next, let's briefly look at some ways to build fluency. Fluency is the goal of building accuracy and automaticity. One way to build fluency is with sentence reading practice pages and stories. We are going to practice what you can do with fluency when you are reading a story, but know you can also use these same strategies when you do a sentence practice. We know that an effective strategy for developing fluency is repeated reading. Repeated reading provides the repeated exposures for students to access or form orthographic images of letter patterns and words. Students read and reread a text 3 to 4 times. Depending on the length of the text, these readings can be done in one day or over several days. For the longer text, like stories, students can practice by rereading a paragraph or two. They do not need to reread the entire story. For the first read, students should practice reading with accuracy, decoding words accurately. The more familiar students are with the patterns of letters and words, the easier it is for students to recognize and read them. To heighten students' awareness of words, have them highlight certain words before they read. You might have them find words that are irregular and can be learned only by sight. You might have students find words with a particular sound symbol pattern. You might have students find words with certain word parts. They might box the word parts. After the first reading, ask a few questions to check comprehension. Think about the kinds of questions that we practiced with the sentence practice pages. For the second read, have students focus on punctuation and intonation. Fluency depends on attention to punctuation to aid the pacing and intonation of reading. Prior to reading a passage for a second time, students might locate all these punctuation marks. As they read this time, they will focus on the marks and appropriate intonation. During a third read, have the focus be on phrasing. Fluent reading has a nice rhythm. Fluent readers phrase words together into meaningful units. The readers know when to take a breath. Prior to a third reading of a text, the students might use their pencils to put swings under words that are read as groups. Then, as they read for the third time, they focus on the rhythm of their reading by grouping phrases. Here is a sentence reading practice. On day 2, we will discuss how to build accuracy, knowledge of word details, and automaticity with sentence practices like this. But for now, let's look at how we can use sentences to build fluency. The first fluency read is for accuracy and comprehension. Look at sentence 3. Underline the apostrophe. What does an apostrophe S mean? Read the sentence. What does Nip own? What might have happened to the dog? Why would someone ask a question and not use a statement? They don't know if Ant stung the dog or what might have happened to the dog. Look at sentence 4. Underline the word with the apostrophe. Read the sentence. What does Tip's dad mean? What does the word pens mean in that sentence? Look at sentence 5. Underline the apostrophe. Read the sentence. What does Pat's hand mean? What's in Pat's hand? Look at sentence 7. Read the sentence. What does soft mean? What is soft describing? What would an example of a soft doll be? Look at sentence 8. Read the sentence. What does pants mean in this sentence? What would be your guess where the dog might be? Why? Look at sentence 9. Underline the apostrophe. What does the apostrophe T mean? This is a contraction. What is a contraction? What 2 words make up the contraction didn't? What didn't the person do? What is a stand? The second fluency read is for punctuation and intonation. Underline all the punctuation marks at the end of the sentence. Which sentence has a different punctuation mark than all the rest? How should I read a sentence that is a question? My voice will go up at the end of a question. Read the sentence. Add an exclamation mark to sentence 3. How should I read this sentence now? With excitement. Read the sentence. Look at sentence 4. How should I read the sentence with a period? Read the sentence. Look at sentence 5. What punctuation mark is at the end? Read the sentence. Look at sentence 7. Read the sentence. Let's add a question mark. Now read the sentence. Look at sentence 8. Read the sentence. Look at sentence 9. Read the sentence. Let's add an exclamation point. Now read the sentence. The third fluency read is for phrasing. When we read, we want to sound as if we were speaking to a friend. We don't want to speak too fast or too slow. We also want to take breaths in appropriate places. Everyone has a different way of phrasing or how they group words together. Look at sentence 4. This is a longer sentence. I might need to take a breath or pause when I read this sentence. I put an arc under the group of words that I want to put together. Where the arc ends is where I will pause or take breath. Listen as I read the sentence. Tip's dad pins a split in his pants. Think about where you might pause or take a breath. Draw an arc underneath the words to show how you want to group the words. Do the same thing for sentences 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Draw an arc under the group of words that you want to put together. If the sentence is short, you might say the entire sentence in one breath and not pause. Let's look at how you would build fluency with a story. Remember, the first fluency read is for accuracy and comprehension. Students will read the entire story. This story is long. You may want to split the story so you can take a couple of days to read. Remember to go as fast as you can, but as slow as you must. For our purposes, we will read just the first 2 paragraphs. To set my students up for success, I am going to pull out some words that appear frequently in the story that might give my students some trouble. Keep in mind that this is concept 143. At this point, students have been exposed to most of the reading concepts. There are several things you can do with these words. You can practice decoding the words with the students. Every one of these words is regular except for 2. Can you guess which words are irregular? In palace, the ACE says is. In daughter, the GH is irregular. These might be the only words that I directly tell my students what the word is. The rest I may let my students decode for themselves. You can put the words into an instant word recognition chart. The teacher reads the first row. The teacher and students read the first row together. And then students read all rows chorally, looping back to the top when they finish for 1 minute. Students will also find the words from the page and highlight or underline them. Pause the video and read the golden touch. When you have finished, start the video again. Think about these comprehension questions that you might ask your students. Who is the story about? When did King Midas live? Who was King Midas? How do you know about King Midas? Does King Midas like being rich or wealthy? How do you know? What does it mean to count your gold? Who visited King Midas in the story? What does the author tell you about the stranger? The author does not tell us, but do you think the stranger is wealthy? How do you know? What did the stranger want? What did King Midas do when the stranger asked for food and shelter for the night? What does it mean to give someone shelter? How did the author describe King Midas in his response to the stranger? What does it mean to be absent-minded? Why was King Midas absent-minded? Pause the video and highlight all the punctuation marks that you see in the second paragraph, including any commas you might spy. Then start the video again. What did you find? When you read, what does a comma mean? That's right, it means you take a short pause. Now, pause the video and read the second paragraph again, paying attention to all the punctuation marks. Remember to pause when you come to the comma, then press play. The third fluency read is for phrasing. Paragraph 2 has lots of long sentences. It would not sound natural to try to say the entire sentence in one breath. Put an arc under words that you would group together. Remember, you want to sound just like you were speaking to a friend. Here is how I marked mine. Now, pause the video and read paragraph 2, grouping together groups of words with the arc. Remember, when you are working on fluency with your students, you do not have to reread the entire passage for every read. You might just reread parts of the passage to practice fluency skills.